You are muted, man.
This guy's having a stinker. Oh my god.
Am I muted?
Yeah,
now you're
muted.
now you're okay.
You can hear me, yeah?
Now I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
hear you.
What the fuck? I didn't. It wasn't on mute. It wasn't on mute. Wallah.
No.
I don't know what happened. My computer's bugging out. Listen, welcome back to another episode of the Koora Pod. Big up to everybody who is tuned in nice and early. Big up to everybody who is watching on the replay. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Big up to Shaq in the building as well, saying pray for PSG. And listen, I will see, man. We're gonna speak about that today, and we're gonna speak about that today. But I am joined today. Ash is gonna be here sometimes for Mondays. I mean, he's got some stuff going on, so he's possibly gonna be here for Mondays sometimes. But guys, listen, we will discuss what's gonna happen in future, going forward for Mondays episodes like that. But I am joined by Souls and Sammy, Saad, Sammy, Souls, Soul S. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Triple S in the building.
Yeah, man. Triple S is in the building. And listen, man, we are here to discuss. We are here to speak about. I think mainly this is gonna be an Arsenal one. I know people try and make laughs and jokes that we don't speak about other teams, but I think today we actually need to speak about Arsenal because it's a massive week for Arsenal, in my personal opinion. It's a massive week for the club, and we just need to discuss it. And I think the first thing we're gonna go into. By the way, lads, you good?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome back, Souls, from your travels across the
Yeah, big
globe.
up, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You
But
fraud.
not really. I'm not looking forward for Arsenal, especially after the last performance. It doesn't fill me with confidence at all.
So,
Finish.
but the thing is, yeah, Sammy.
عييت man.
The one mute your mic, so mute your mic because you're talking. This guy's the one thing for me, yeah, is that
Mm.
I don't think that performance affects anything. I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because when we put out the Real Madrid performances, we were shit in the league, like shit, like couldn't even score goals, couldn't create goals, nothing. So we've clearly shown that
Mm.
our league form has no effect on what
But
happens.
we weren't shit at our Gaffa, Assad.
Sorry.
We weren't shit in Emirates Stadium when we played Real Madrid. Unlike what we saw versus PSG,
Yeah,
unlike
but
what we saw in
we were
with
missing
Brentford.
Party. We were missing Party though.
What about Brentford?
I think the what do you mean Brentford?
Sorry, Bournemouth. I'm saying Brentford.
Yes, we had it, but I don't think these players are taking the league serious. I'll be real. The manager's probably taking the league serious. I don't think the players are taking the league serious.
Yeah, look, I think now look, I think now they're gonna have to start taking it seriously because now it's not become a question of we've definitely finished second anymore. And now it's actually, I don't know how we've got to a stage where we're now challenging for top four, which is embarrassing on the club, embarrassing on the players, embarrassing on the manager. We've our league form, regardless of where we're at in the Champions League, our league form can't be overlooked because I think it's been horrific how we've dropped off this much, the constant draws, the constant losses, the performances. Again, when you get to this stage of the season and you know the league's done, Liverpool have literally already won the league, like officially, it becomes hard to decipher why we're so bad, whether it's a player issue, whether it's the team's clocked out, whether it's what's happened. I expect us now. Look, I think it can be a combination of a lot of things, right? I think Arteta playing his full team against Bournemouth was a horrific decision. I could not believe that he's gone and done that because I just feel like there's dropping players, there's resting players, there's giving players 50 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and there's playing your full team for 90 minutes when you've got a game in 3 days' time. It, for me, makes no sense whatsoever. The only thing I can think of that Arteta is thinking is momentum, get back to winning ways, and then maybe that will give him a kick to go and do something. Arteta expected us to go out and bash Bournemouth and beat them, and his plan failed. Whatever his plan was, it failed. If his plan was to play them and build momentum, it failed because now we've lost the game. We're now on a top four race, and we have a game against PSG, which we're already unlikely to win. Right? So again, that the manager needs to be looked at for that. But still, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. watching. I've been watching while I've been away. I've been watching the streams. I've been looking at the group chat, and I still think you guys have been very, very harsh on Arteta. Very harsh, because I just genuinely believe that you can criticize the manager, and I take the criticism for the manager, and I'm the first one to criticize them, but no one else is looking at the other factors in play when it comes to why what's gone wrong has gone wrong. It's like what is happening now. I expect it to happen. I expected us to drop off in the league. Maybe not as much. I'll be honest with you, nowhere near as much.
Give us the reasons. Break it down.
The reason it's the same reasons that I've given you guys already, which is that player injuries is a massive reason. No matter what you guys want to say about it, no matter what you guys want to say about it worked against Real Madrid, but it's that the team we have right now is not good enough to even. I think our team right now in its current state.
Not good an excuse, man.
No. But it's not an excuse. It's fact, bro. Facts are not excuses. At the end of the day, Arsenal. How we got a lot of our goals via Gabriel. At the end of the day, bro, you can't lose Gabriel Partey and lose your striker. You lose the entire spine of the team, and then expect to go up against one of the best teams in the world and win the game. I said to you guys when we had the stream that we were not favourites against PSG, and you guys said no, we are slight favourites. We're not favourites against PSG. PSG are a much better team than us. A much better team than us. Their attack, bro. If we just give us one of their left wingers, give us one of Barcola, Doué, Dembele, or Kvaratskhelia. Give us one of them, right? They're all. By the way, all of their wingers are better than ours, barring Saka. All of their wingers, right? So how do we expect to go and compete against that team and look at their bench and have Gonzalo Ramos on the bench? Give us Ramos. Give us their bench striker who would come and start for Arsenal. Our team is not good enough. Why did you guys expect to go up against PSG and win that game? Why? What gave you the thought? Why? Because Declan Rice scored a couple of worldies against Real Madrid. Why?
No,
look, Sols.
And also injuries have to play a factor. And if you guys are unwilling to look at the full picture, it means you guys have agendas. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Arteta deserves criticism. So, but he has other factors in play that has impacted his ability to do his job correctly. You cannot start games with Mikel Moreno up front and then say Arteta is to blame for all of this. And then you can't. And also, what I don't like is that you guys were all praising Arsenal after the Real Madrid game. You were saying,
the whole world praised Arsenal.
And then after one leg against PSG, where they won 1-0, and we had 2-3 clear-cut chances we should have scored. Now apparently everyone's Arteta's got one game to save his job. Arteta's there.
Because you cannot come from winning 5-1 against Real Madrid to losing to PSG. That doesn't work.
Can. You know? Of course you can, because you face a better team than Real Madrid. Or has that not crossed your mind?
Believe me, Real Madrid played PSG, they would have won PSG.
No, they wouldn't have. They would not have.
Yes, they would have.
No, they wouldn't. What, based on what metrics?
Based on heritage, man, alone. Look, Souls, you are defending Arteta to the teeth and nail, and I have no clue why. I'm no clue why.
I'm saying you have to look at all the factors.
I'll tell you the factors.
Blindly criticizing him.
No, I'm not blindly criticizing him. I'm criticizing him for multiple reasons. First of all, tactically, he got outplayed and outschooled by many clubs in the Premier League that we consider that are below us. Man, you can look, man. You can talk the Brighton draw. You can talk about the Bournemouth alone. We lost the 2 legs with Bournemouth, man. Man, there's a lot of games that Arteta lost it. He lost it or drew. You cannot give him that leeway, Souls. You cannot keep giving him the leeway. Okay, the injuries came along in the way, and yes, we lost the striker, we lost all that, but that's also on the board. But not signing players. We had the January transfer market to kind of boost up our team, and obviously the team lost their legs. You keep playing the same 11 across the whole season. Of course they're gonna feel the fatigue. Of course they're gonna lose their legs. Of course you're gonna see a drop in their form. So why we didn't address those areas? Why we didn't go and buy players in January? Even for a loan, if that's like too much of a budget for you, you can go and buy players. Man, look. I've watched Al Ahly fucking win the Asian Champions League in Asia with Ivan Toney leading that attack, man.
Yeah, big up Alahi as well.
Even Tony was available for Arsenal. Why we didn't sign him?
No, he was,
Why?
but no, because obviously there was attitude problems with that as well. That's why we didn't want to sign him. But
Man,
anyway,
fuck off, man. Are you being serious?
No,
Attitude
I'm being
problem?
serious. Yeah,
Are you being serious, man? Is this what we're talking about here, man? Attitude, really?
Bro,
what
Sammy,
is this, high school, man?
No, Sammy, I agree with you, actually. I swear to God, I completely agree with you of Arteta's mistakes. I feel like we were forcing one way of playing this season, which is Gabriel headers, corner glitch. I think the whole fact that we were scoring all these corners is embarrassing, actually. Everyone was saying, oh, look at our corner glitch and it was working. But I think the fact that you have to... No. I'll tell you why it's
Arsenal, literally, I mean.
No. But I mean, if your main way of scoring has to be a one player who has to get on a back post and score a header, there's something wrong there, right? Already.
For sure.
But the point is that Arteta lost a lot of players. You cannot lose.
Why we didn't replace them, man?
Yes.
Why we should
have signed Watkins in January. We should have signed any one of the low knees that Aston Villa signed.
So who's to blame there?
Again, I don't know. Did Arteta say no to the players? Did the board say no?
How do you know? How do you know?
We don't know. You don't know either. So why are you blaming Arteta for it?
So it's either Arteta or the board, because there's no other people that are decision makers in the club.
You don't know what the ultimatum was. It could have been a conversation of, oh, if you sign these players, now we like, if you sign, maybe the board said to him, we'll give you Watkins now. We'll pay the 65 million. But if you sign Watkins, we're not going to give you someone in the summer, Gyökeres in the summer, or Isak in the summer. Then obviously Arteta has to say no. Obviously.
Why? So if he takes that decision as a manager, look, you got to admit,
like, dropped by Villa now, bro. I agree with you that Arteta deserves blame, but Arteta deserves serious criticism for this season, and why?
There's one more thing. Look, he's trying to play the same style with different players, knowing that X player or Y player are not able to deliver tactically what he wants. This is on the coach. This is a coaching problem. I'm sorry, Salt. That's an obvious coaching problem. You want your fullbacks to invert, or you want your midfield to overlap there or this or that. If you know the limitation of your players and you're not able to work around it, then this is incompetence. This is complete incompetence in your team.
It is. But then you also have to think about...
I mean, the coach, sorry.
No, in the coach, yeah. But then you also have to think about if it's incompetence on the coach, which I'm willing to accept that criticism from him.
Yes.
You also have to look at the other factors in play. Sammy, what you're not understanding, which is why I have the big issue with you and TK, especially, is because I'm willing to go 1, 2, 3, 4 is wrong. Maybe Arteta deserves more of the blame. I'm willing to hear that argument. But you're saying, let's disregard all the other problems because they're excuses. But the only one that's not an excuse is Arteta is the issue. That's the pure definition of an agenda. Because you're not willing to look at other issues.
Souls, do you know why? Do you know the reason why people look first to the manager to change something? Do you know the reason why they do that in football?
Yes, because he's the coach. It's his team. It's his tactics.
No, it's not just that. It's because that is the cheapest solution. That is the cheapest solution financially to fix the problem.
That's fine. I'm willing
to accept one person rather than getting rid. Because if you want to say, okay,
but then say that then. But then say that then.
Shit. Some of the players are shit. Yeah. So then, if we're getting rid of all these players, you can't get rid of all those players and bring in the replacements. It can't all happen in a quick manner. Where you can get a hold of a manager who can come in that maybe will have, because the thing is for me is Arteta has had this team now, yeah. He's grown this team, built this team, yeah. Shown us it can play multiple styles of play. It can play the attacking football. Saw that in 22-23 season. Yeah, attacking football, attacking galore. Do you know what I mean? It would play some of the best football I've seen in the Emirates era. In that season, we played some of the best football I've seen. I was there for Jack Grealish days, Cess days, but we played some of the best football I've seen in the Emirates era. Yeah. Then we go from that to possession-based football. We begun the whole every time we score, we sit back. That whole stuff started. It took a bit of a defensive turn, but it was still possession based. We were still attacking. We were still like freaking what's it called teams. We were still just dominating teams and ruthless in the box and just pressing them into a corner. Yeah. Then this season, it's just gone to complete. There's barely any attacks. It's more the defensive shape. It's all defense. You barely see attacks. You can see a regression in the play and a regression in the tactics. And yes, against some teams, against some teams where they play expansive football and they really play against you and pull out and start doing a madness, that works. You can play well because you'll find space behind the lines. You'll find space where you can get past. You can counteract that press, and you can then go and score goals, and you can find loads of space in the box. But the problem for us is everybody's clued up and everybody's realized that all you have to do to stop Arteta and all you have to do to stop Arsenal is sit in a low block. If you sit in a low block, Arsenal do fuck all.
That means game management. That's the definition.
No, but that's what I'm trying to explain to him. That's why for me this season, if he doesn't win anything, I think we need to look elsewhere and find somebody who will come in, play expansive football, somebody who can alter the team again. Because Arteta is the one thing about Arteta, which I can respect it to a certain extent, but it also pisses me off. Is he's very stubborn. Once he thinks he's got something in his head, he will continue to press at it until it freaking works. Now, sometimes it works and he looks like a genius. Sometimes it fails and then he's left with egg on his face. So the thing for me is I can't sit here and have you trying to get this idea done and trying to work on this idea when we got players who are literally getting scouted by Real Madrid being put as their number one target, and the players telling the club, yo, you prove to me how we're going to win trophies and I'll stay. If not, I'm going to go. How many more players are going to do that, bro? How many more players are going to say, prove to me that you can win it, we can win a trophy? Because I'll be real, the tactics ain't working at times. We still can't beat a low block. That's been going on for a minute. Like, what's going on?
But forget about the low block. If we're going to talk about the first leg of the Champions League against PSG, Souls, if you were the coach, and you're losing 1-0 in your stadium, okay, in your home ground, what would be your first substitution or change in the squad? You just forget. I know that you don't have like a vast major experience in football or coaching and in a high level, but from your simple. But tell me.
No. But when I look at that bench, I don't rate anyone on that bench.
No issues. But what would be your first thought? Let's say you're losing 1-0.
I know what you're gonna say. To play offensive football, I know we.
No, I don't. Forget about what I think or what the fans think. What you think.
No, I think the substitute. I think that the game plan was wrong against PSG, but I also think they played really well.
How would you have lined up against PSG without Thomas Partey then?
How we lined up?
Ask you that.
How we lined up?
You would have lined up exactly how he lined up.
Yeah. I wouldn't have done the Zinchenko and Moreno.
Okay, you're losing 1-0, and his first substitution has been White. It's fucking been White.
The defensive substitution. I know. I mean, I knew you were gonna say that because everyone.
What is that, man? What is that, man? Come on, man. But explain that to me.
But when I look
I'm
at
an
that
idiot.
bench,
Come on.
No. But when I look at that bench, I don't rate anyone on that bench.
I would have gotten 1 year in and Odegaard out in a heartbeat. For that shitty performance.
That's one change you could have made. You could also put Miles in the midfield. You could also
there you
go.
Yeah,
you could have put Kieran on, moved Miles into the midfield. You could have
Miles
moved
in midfield's risky. Miles in midfield's risky.
It's not risky. It's not risky.
Then if he makes a mistake, if he makes a mistake there and we lose 2-0, everyone's
saying, what mistake is he gonna make?
You don't know what I'm
Maybe this
thinking.
guy's playing week in, week out. Top
I
football,
know, but
bro.
you
He's
don't,
playing
you don't put, you don't put,
level.
you, it's, you
on,
don't put,
man.
you don't put a 17-year-old in midfield in his first game against Paris Saint-Germain, one of the best teams in the world. You don't do that. That's just rookie. It's too risky. The point is, the Nwaneri one I hear.
Oh my.
Why you put on Ben White instead of Nwaneri is the same reason why I said why did he put on Jorginho against Everton. I get sometimes he makes the wrong subs. Look, guys, I feel like you guys are acting like I'm sitting there saying that I'm Arteta all in. He's an amazing manager. I'm saying he deserves criticism. If I loved Arteta as much as you guys think I do, I would say, you know what, he's the perfect man. Give me a new contract. And I'm not saying that. I do believe he has a lot of red flags, and I believe that these red flags are going to be flagged by the club. And that's why me as a fan, my personal opinion is he deserves one more season to go in, make the reinforcements in the market, and have one more season to go for a major honor. That means if someone gets one more season for me, that doesn't mean that I'm in love with him and he's perfect. It means that I believe that he can be sacked, but he deserves one more year. The only part we disagree on, us and you lot, is we disagree with his weaknesses. We disagree on his criticism on substitutions. We disagree on his defensive style of play. We agree on all these things. We agree on all these things.
Yeah,
Where we disagree is you guys think he should be sacked at the end of this year, and I don't believe so. That's where we disagree. That's where we disagree.
Because I think all three of us here, believe that we have a very strong squad that can compete, right? With a little bit of addition in the summer, or reinforcement, as you called it, right?
Mm.
Okay. For me, a competent coach would come and just take us over the line, period. Where Arteta failed to do that in the past 2, 3, 4 years that he's been trying to compete. That's my whole thing. I don't want to continue as I'm almost there. I want somebody to come just like Slot did. He came, he found a strong team, he had world class player in his team, strong foundation, and he delivered from the first season. Why we cannot do that? Why?
Because Slot came into
and Klopp is much better than Slot and Arteta.
Slot came into a much better team.
No, he definitely came into a better team, but I don't think that's necessarily the question. The question, I think it's
no. The question is you can't compare Slot and Arteta.
No, but with Arteta, if we look at the situation that we're in right now, yeah, where obviously the injuries have played a part, yeah, you're saying the injuries have played a part. For me, I look at the Man City season was it last season or was it the season before? I think it was the first season we challenged where they had massive injuries. They had injuries to Haaland and they had injuries to Kevin De Bruyne, two massive players for them. Yeah, one is their main goal scorer and one is their main chief creator. But Pep Guardiola is still able to navigate around that. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing. I can't have a manager who, when it's going good, it's going good. But then when it all goes pear-shaped, when it gets a bit dark, like khalas, we just
it's been dark all year, bro. It's been dark all year.
No, but if you're not in,
bro.
No, but if you're not in, I can't have a manager who just he can only operate in perfect conditions. If you're never gonna have perfect conditions all of the time.
Yes,
you know what I mean,
that argument's flawed though, bro.
Why is it flawed though? Because there's there's managers. Here we go. Hansi Flick right now is still able to perform well. Is still able to play without his starting striker in Robert Lewandowski and his main left back. Well, that is a very, very important player for them. Balde has been amazing this year. Hansi Flick is still able to operate around that, still able to maintain certain levels, and still able to get stuff over the line.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? We also speak about we can also use, for example, even if you look at the Slot, I know you don't want to compare them, but if you do compare them, you can see the difference between him having to manage these players. Yes, he did lose some players during the season. Managers have lost players during the season. Managers have done this and done that. The main thing for me, is going into this. The reason why I say that this is his final chance. This is right now on Wednesday. If you don't win it, officially, I want him out after that game.
That's
we don't
fine.
win it.
I don't know why you think like you making an official announcement you want him out is going to change anything. He's not going to leave the club. I don't care if you want him out.
He's not going to leave the club. But the thing is, you disagree with us. It's a disagreement, bro. It's not about. Do you know what I mean? This or that. You disagree. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a point of argument. Why do you agree this? Why do you agree that? I'm giving my reasons for why I want him out. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just because it's a show, innit? So we're just making an argument.
The point is, we all agree on Arteta's weaknesses. TK,
which
Sami,
is fatal.
TK,
fatal,
Sami, Sad, and everyone else watching on the stream right now. We
Uh-huh.
all agree on Arteta's weaknesses for Arsenal.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you guys are saying. I'd probably add some more stuff that you guys haven't even brought up. But the difference between my opinion and your opinions is that I believe, due to all of these criticisms, plus the other factors which you and TK especially, because you both have serious agendas, Sami and TK. The only difference between me and you is that I look at the other aspects and go, because of the other aspects and because of the small qualities I see in Arteta, he deserves one more year to go and rectify. I'm not saying give him a new contract. I'm not saying he deserves no blame. If I was saying these things, and if I heard a fan say these things, I'd say he's blinded by Arteta love and emotional attachment, which is what I disagree with and everyone else agrees with. The problem is that he deserves one more year. You guys are not willing to look at the other factors. And if you guys are not willing to do that, I can't have a logical argument with people that are not willing to look at the injuries, that are not willing to look at the issues that we've had this year, that are not willing to look at all the other things. Injuries are a major part, bro. You can't lose your best midfielder. In my opinion, Partey was one of the best players against Real Madrid. Probably second best player after Rice. And some fans said Partey was better than Rice. You can't lose him.
Partey was better than Rice.
Yeah,
Yes.
You can't lose him against PSG and go, oh, it doesn't matter that he wasn't there. It doesn't matter. It's all on Arteta. Why did he do this? And why did he do that? I agree.
Because he had his time, Souls. He had his time. He had his players, and he's still, a coach that is under development. And I'm sick and tired of being under development because our club needs to win. 21 years without a Premier League, 5 years without a trophy. You cannot call yourself a big club, man. You are entering now a zone of a mid club in the country.
No, but Sami, the difference between me and you, we've had this argument before. I don't believe any club is given to win a trophy. You guys think that we should have just steamrolled PSG and just go and win the competition. Bro, the Champions League's hard. People lose all the time. You're facing good teams, right? You have to look. You have to look at. Oh, okay. You have to look at. No club is given to win a trophy. Stop comparing Arteta to Klopp. Stop comparing Arteta to Maresca. Stop comparing Arteta to Klopp.
So compare him to what then?
No, you compare him. You compare him to the. You compare.
What's your references?
My reference is you compare him to the project he has at hand. What is his current group of players? When Arteta came
5 years now.
It doesn't matter what did he 5
deliver?
years. He won a trophy in 5 years. Took us from an 8th and 7th place team to a team challenging for the Premier League, right? So he's taken us, bro. This is what I don't understand, right? This is what I don't understand.
You know that Emery had more finals than him, right?
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, let me ask you a question. Saad, you run a business, and Ashraf runs a business. I want you to listen to this analogy. Me and Sami are both managers, and we're gonna join, and we're gonna buy Saad's business and Ashraf's business from them. Okay, and the goal for Ashraf and Saad's business is to reach £1 billion in revenue. £1 billion. That's the goal. That is how you win a Champions League and a Premier League in this business term. To reach £1 billion in revenue. Saad's business already makes 650 million or 700 million in revenue. It's still not at the target, but it makes 700. Ashraf's business makes 300 million in revenue, but both need to get to that billion goal. I take over Saad's business. I'm already at 700 because it's already maintaining that revenue now. Sami takes over Ashraf's business, which is making 300 million revenue. I take Saad's business from 700 to $1 billion straight away in one season. I reached the goal. But Sami takes Ashraf's business from 300 to 850, 900 million. It hasn't reached the goal yet, and it's been 5 years. Okay, we get it. But the project that Sami had to do when running that business was so much harder than what Klopp had. Slot already had world-class players, had 7 or 8 Premier League winners, had developed experienced world-class players, had Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Koora, literally had a world-class team, right? Arteta took over Mustafi, Socrates, Ozil, Aubameyang, all these washed-up players that needed to go. You cannot say, how come Slot did it and Arteta in 5 years hasn't? No, bro, Arteta had such a much harder team. It's like, for example, Amorim.
I really get your analogy. I really do. I do get the analogy.
Let me finish. Amorim. It will take Amorim over 5 years to win. It will take him
because I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Just land.
Go on, ask me. Ask me.
Okay. What is it? You like the word project, right? Because it's a project for you. What is the definition of the word project? Can you tell me?
A project is a task at hand which you come into. And the details of the project is outlined to you based on where you start.
That's absolutely waffle and bullshit.
It's not waffle.
I'll tell you what is it. Listen. Listen, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something because I work in project. Listen, man. I've been a project manager, and I'll tell you what is a project. Listen. No. So I let you land. Let me land.
I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna ask you one question. One question. If you hire me and Saad, and I'm a junior, I'm an apprentice, or let's say I've got 1 year's experience and Saad has 10 years experience, are we going to have the same project?
Look,
are we going to have the same project?
Listen. It doesn't matter. Exactly. Now, I asked you a very simple question, and we as Arsenal fans love to talk about projects and all that stuff. That's fine. What is a project? The definition of a project.
Your definition of a project. Your definition.
No, not my definition. That's the definition of a project.
No, it's not.
It's a set of targets that you have to reach within a time frame that is designated for you. Okay? And you have to reach that goal. That's a project. It has a start and it has an end.
Then
not endless stuff.
Okay, I agree with you. If that's the definition of a project, then no manager in the Premier League has a project. None of them do. Because I'm telling you right now,
I'll give you an example.
Not told when to win a Premier League.
Because you missed the part where the investors, have to set the goals of the project. And also the fans.
Sure they've done that. And you've sure they've done that, yeah?
Who?
And you're sure that the investors on the board of Arsenal have given Arteta those projects, those timelines? You're sure about that?
From the phase.
Well, if not, then I want them out as well. If not, then I really want them out.
From the phases that he had, and he was saying this: if players are coming out and telling you, I expect to win the league or win the Champions League in like 3 years or whatever.
Oh wait.
Clearly,
I'm setting it.
No, I agree with you guys. I'm asking you guys a question. It's simple yes or no. Do you guys believe, as per Sami's definition of a project, do you believe the Arsenal board and the Arsenal investors, whoever's above Arteta, do you believe they've given him a project timeline for when he needs to win X in X time frame? Yes or no?
For me, I believe so. Yes.
You believe it so? So if they have done that,
yes.
Why is he still going to be in a job this year? Next year?
I think next year is the
no. Let Sami answer that question. Let Sami answer that question. Sami answer it.
If that's the case, then for me, the Chronic has to leave as well.
Look what we're going to see.
Yes.
But you just said that the board and the investors have given him the timelines. Have they not?
Yes, they have.
So what happens when a project manager doesn't fulfill his project in a certain timeline?
You change the manager.
Okay, so then why is he still going to be in a job next year?
Because they're stupid as well.
Okay. So then, then
the investors can be wrong as well. Is that's not possible as well? In your opinion?
No, it's not that. But I just believe that football is not as simple as you come and win something.
Look. That's a good comment from Giovanni. They brought Berta because they think that Arteta cannot do it on his own, and for whatever reason. That's
the waffling comment ever. Every club has a board.
I understand. No. I mean a guy a guy that is experienced, that has some sort of CV behind him, not somebody rookie that came from being an assistant coach to be a head coach in a big team. At least they made that decision. For me, Edo was where he fell off.
No, he's here. I don't know why he just dropped.
Okay.
Yeah,
Edo,
sorry
for
guys.
me,
Yeah,
I mean,
sorry. Yeah.
I don't know what Edo did to earn that position in Arsenal, to be honest. But Berta, for me, he has a CV. He showed that he can deliver in Atletico Madrid. We saw that. We all saw that in the past decade. Arteta, we didn't see that before, man. This is his first job ever in the realm of football. So for me, man, it's a stupid decision from the owners to have the combination of Edu plus Arteta to think that they will deliver on this. Maybe they said, okay, Edu and Arteta didn't work. Maybe now with Berta, we'll give him another year. So let's give him this another year. But also for me, that's a wrong decision because we as a fan base are sick and tired of it, man. This is a mistake from the investors. Now you're telling me why I believe in the Kroenkes, because I saw their projects in US and their teams are winning there. I'm saying, okay, these guys are serious. Maybe they want to replicate that success here. I said that many times, and I hope and I wish for that. But it seems to me that also I myself I'm dealing with copium and hopium as well because I'm not seeing them delivering on their end. For us as an Arsenal fan, we want to win. I don't think you are here, Souls, to say I don't want to win a trophy. I just want to see progression. Where's that Ash progression merchant? But he's not even delivering.
I agree. We have the same goal as Arsenal fans. What we want
exactly.
The point is the only point of difference is that I'm realistic enough to be able to, without even Berta, without investors, without project managers, I can look at a team of 11 players. I can look at the way they've been playing, and I can say, no matter what manager in the world you get, the best one ever, some projects will be a different project to a different project. Slot's project might have been with the team that you have now, Slot, 7 world-class players, proven champs and Prem winners. I want you to win one of these major honours that the team's already won in the next 1 or 2 years. But I can also understand that Arteta might have come in and the board might have said to him, you've got a team of players that can't even finish 5th or 6th now in the Premier League. You're going to need multiple years to go and build this entire team. You're going to have to restructure everything. You're going to have to strip it down. Your project's going to be finish 5th, finish 4th, finish 2nd, then win a Premier League. That might have been his project. And maybe this is the first year where he regresses from that project. Because now maybe, I agree with you, this is the year that he should have won it. But then I just believe, and maybe the board believe this, that he gets a year to go and rectify this issue. And that's our point of disagreement. But for you, Sami, to not be able to differentiate Slot's project to Arteta's project doesn't make sense, bro. Because
guys,
the projects will be different.
I'll be so real. We're gonna need to move on from this topic because I can't be asked to chat about this anymore. We'll chat about this. This is gonna be all summer long. We can chat about this and have these arguments. What I do want to chat about is Wednesday night, Arsenal coming up against PSG in a make or break game for the season, whether we successful or not. It's definitely a make or break game. Even like all the major journalists are coming out and saying in the club, behind the scenes, behind closed doors, it seems like it's a make or break game for them. Like it's a must win. Do you know what I mean? This is a whatever. So obviously even in the changing rooms, even in the back room, they're saying that it's a must win. Do you know what I mean? So this is not just fans, souls saying, "Oh, why do you guys think it's a must win? This and that." But this game is, in theory, a must win, bro. If
he wins it, Ash, if he wins the Champions League, I'll take everything back and say, sorry, Arteta, I was wrong.
He's done what
I'm not gonna.
But he's done what we asked of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
he's done what we asked of him, which is to win and get over the line. If you prove to me that you can get over the line, I can sit here and be patient with you. I don't need to win trophies every year because I know that you can get over the line. But if you go however long without getting over the line, bro, it gets a bit of joke. It gets a bit of a joke.
Yeah. Look, I believe we'll lose on Wednesday. I think my prediction's 2-2. And I think we'll get knocked out, right? And that's a good prediction for me being optimistic. The 2-2. I do believe we're going to get knocked out. I do believe PSG are the far superior team in every single aspect. Manager, players, team, midfield, attack, even defense now. I think they're superior in every single aspect. Their fullbacks, their centre-backs, their entire midfield line, their left winger, their right winger, their striker.
I don't
They're
think
far
they win the midfield. They're not better
I
in the
think
midfield.
I think they won without Partey. Yes, maybe now in the second leg, and that's why I predicted a draw. Right, that we can go toe to toe midfield. But losing Partey in that first leg, again,
It
that's no
hurts us.
fault of
It hurts
Arteta's.
us.
That no fault of Arteta's, by the way. That's Partey's stupid, dumb, idiot mistake. Right.
Agreed.
We lost that midfield battle in the first leg. They had a much better midfield in the first leg, right? So I expect us to go and lose that game now, and it's disappointing, right? But at the end of the day, if we finish second, we go to a Champions League semi-final. It's a very bad season, and it'll be spoken about in the summer. But at the end of the day, look, maybe I said this against Real Madrid and I was wrong. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. Maybe Arteta will pull something out of the bag. Maybe Rice will score again 2 massive free kicks again. Who knows? The world is your oyster when it comes to luck. You don't know. But logically, if you guys know football and you know tactics and you know probabilities, you guys should be able to understand that they're better than us. They're a better team than us. They have a better manager than us.
I can't lie. I don't know if you've been watching the streams. You know where I'm gonna come from at this. I think it's 50-50. These guys disagree.
How? But based on what?
But I think it's 50-50.
Based on what? Based on what?
Because I've seen what this midfield can already do to this team.
And what about the attack?
What do you mean the attack?
They have a better attack than us. Why are we going to score more goals than them?
Okay, but they still had 2 of those players anyway, bro. They still had Barcola.
Brother.
They had Barcola. They had Barcola and Desiree Doué in the first game, bro.
And neither of them start for PSG now. So you're not answering my question. Why?
Desiree Doué started against us. What are you talking about?
No. Doué didn't start against Villa, right?
Look,
both legs.
Souls, I don't think we're saying we're not saying we're gonna dominate them and win.
I think
why? No, but what? But I think
we have a very small chance.
Absurd. You're saying 50-50. It's absurd, side.
No, not
you think it's
50-50. For me, I'm not in his boat. I'm 25% region.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I'm not 50-50. No, you cannot say 50. Sorry.
This guy saying 50-50 would become
no, man,
no. This guy, I don't know what you're on about, Sad. Honestly.
Especially after this shitty performance against Bournemouth, man. You cannot say that. I mean, you played your strong team, man. Only Trossard and Ben White was.
So here's the thing for me. When it comes to the league, obviously we were speaking about it towards the start. When it comes to the league, I take nothing towards what the. I
agree. Yeah, I agree.
No, but I take nothing into what they do on the weekend or what they do against Premier League. That means nothing to me because they played against Everton and they played against, I forgot who else we played, and we drew both the games, and then we still smacked up Madrid. We still put a mad performance out there to another level. So clearly our Premier League performances have nothing to do with what we can do on a Champions League night.
Agreed.
These players have put all of that these players have put all of their eggs into the Champions League basket. So I think we'll see a completely different Arsenal when it comes to going to PSG. Yes, it's going to be away. Yes, it's going to be at the Parc des Princes. It's going to be freaking difficult. It's going to be hostile. They're going to be screaming. They're going to be shouting, all of that stuff. But I think Partey coming back into this midfield, we saw it on the weekend, how much Partey gets onto the ball. If you see how much Partey gets back onto the ball, that shows you how important he was. And him missing that first game was detrimental, and it absolutely killed us. Secondly, I think Marino being up front,
Dog shit.
is
crap player.
Can you relax? Can I just land?
But he's better than Trossard, though.
Marino being up front, is massive for us. It adds physicality, adds height and strength into the attack.
It's much better than Trossard. That's what I'm saying to you,
bro.
Other than Trossard just running at صافي صوز خليني نتكلم, and then after you can just start waffling.
صافي خليني أهدر.
So when he adds height and strength to the attack, yeah. Other than Trossard fucking running around like a headless chicken, just don't know where to be. One time he's in midfield, one time he's at goal, one time he's up front, one time he's on the left wing, one time he's freaking at Arteta's freaking chair and he's sitting in there like, brother, pick the place that you're gonna play in. Do you know what I mean? And play in that position. If you want to come deep and receive the ball and do the little link-up play thing, yes, you can, but don't go into the midfield and you're doing all of this and doing all of that. Bro, Mourinho has been much more better up front since Havertz has been injured. He's been the key for us up front. His goal-scoring tally is mad. Do you know what I mean? Of a striker, if we had brought a striker in. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, I think this is a completely different game from the one that we saw on Tuesday. I think it's a completely different game. That's why I say it's 50-50. I've seen us go away to hostile environments. I saw us go away to freaking I keep on bringing this game up, but the sporting game, because the sporting game, if you hear the crowd was nuts. That Sporting Stadium is massive, bro. There was hella fans in there screaming and shouting, bro, but we were able to perform very well, slap them up. So I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility for us to go out there and put out a good performance and be able to beat them. Do you know what I mean? I'll be so real.
Yeah, look, if it was 0-0, I would have said, you know what, maybe, man. Even at 0-0, we have a disadvantage because we're at their home ground. But even that makes it a fresh game, where it's a one-off game. We have to go away to PSG and try and beat them at 0-0. But 1-0 at their home ground, I think it's going to be an enormous project, man. It's an enormous project. I think we have to score every chance that we get. And with the players that we have up front, I don't know how we're going to get. If Martinelli gets a one-on-one, there's a 50% chance he misses. If Moreno gets a chance, it's not a guaranteed goal. I just don't feel like we have enough clinicality up front to be able to hurt teams. I feel like it's going to take a lot. I feel like it's going to take a lot. But look, it can happen.
We did have clinical edge against Real Madrid, so where? I mean, right.
But we did again. Rice's free kicks were anomalies. You have to recognize.
Okay, that's fine. We're not taking away Rice's free kick, but still, for the open play goal that we scored with Mikel Merino, where Mikel Merino was able to hit that first time, and it was such a clean shot, bro. Bottom left corner, like the free kicks. I can understand. Maybe you could do the wall a bit better. Do you know what I mean? That second one was just outrageous. It's an anomaly, whatever, yeah. But to get beat like that, Courtois to get beat from the left with that shot was clean, bro. And Mikel Merino hits shots like that sometimes, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's not the only time he could have scored. So I've seen us be able to dominate a team who has, in my personal opinion, Real Madrid has a better team than us. We should not be winning that game. So I just can't see why just because it's PSG, all of a sudden, Safi, let's just pack up our bags and we're
no. Not
I think Souls is a PSG fan in disguise.
No, I'm not. I did post an Instagram picture the other day with a PSG top on, but I'm definitely not.
You're an actual disgrace, bro.
I'm definitely not. No. I do like PSG.
Brother, you're an embarrassment, bro. Why are you wearing their shirt after they just
PSG are a top team. Desiree Doué, unbelievable talent, right? Honestly, Dembele, unbelievable. I love Neves. Oh, I love Vitinha. I just love their team. I think their team is very good. And I just look. I think we don't have no chance. I agree with Sammy. I'd probably give us 20%, 25% max.
Send me the clips. Send me the clips, man. Send me the clips on Twitter, bro. Sard_E215, man.
But what I will say is this, though. It's definitely not 20. It's definitely not 50% side. It's 20-25%. We're at their home ground. Even you, as a logical fan, will understand. You're 1-0 down.
I think if we reach the levels, I'm basing that off of us reaching the level that we reached against Real Madrid.
But then you're also going to need PSG to drop their levels to the level that Real Madrid played.
No. I think if we played the level that we played against Real Madrid in that first leg and in the second leg, if we play at that level, we can go there and we can beat them. I think we can outclass them. I think people are going a bit too much with PSG. They can be hurt, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Man, Aston Villa almost smashed them and got back. So why can't Arsenal do
It's
that?
not completely out of the realm of possibility, bro.
I'm not saying this out, but I'm saying it's 25%. Guys, you have to be logical. We're playing at their home ground.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
They're
man.
1-0 up. They're their home ground. They're 1-0
A
up.
human
They're
can
on fire.
hope. A human can hope.
Yeah,
Souls.
yeah, and we are hoping, bro.
Yes,
I don't know.
I am.
I don't know why.
I
I
am.
don't know why me and you have the same percentages of what we think that's gonna happen. So we're in agreement here. The point I'm saying is that we're not. It's not like we shouldn't. We're definitely not going into the game as favorites or anything like that. We're definitely at a disadvantage, in my opinion. As I said, right. But look, anything can happen. Let's go out there, play offensive football. What's happening with Timber? Is he injured or is he going to play? Because if he's injured, forget
No.
I think he's gonna play.
Timber's gonna play,
Okay.
bro. They rested him, and these
That's
men are
fine.
acting like, oh my god, he's injured. He's injured.
That's fine. That's fine. If Timber, we need our full
Alright.
team. We need our full team, and we need to be offensive. We need to do what Villa did in that second leg. Even though they lost the game, we need to create the chances that Villa did. Be offensive. Don't be scared. But again, I get why. This is why PSG are so tricky. Because if you try and go all guns against PSG, their attack is so lethal. They will hit you on a counter and they'll score. This is the problem. If you give them Dembele or Doué or Kvaratskhelia any chance, they're going to batter you.
And also, we put ourselves in a I would say in a very tough spot in a corner, you know, because now we are, like you guys said, in a race of a top four, and we're playing Liverpool and we're playing Newcastle, and Newcastle will definitely come to win, and we failed to win against them multiple times this past few years. So Arteta put himself in a very tough spot, and
Now we have to Now we have to play our full team. Now we have to play our full teams in the next two Premier League games because we have Liverpool and Tottenham in our next two games. Sorry, Liverpool and
yes.
Newcastle.
Yes.
Liverpool and Newcastle, and they're definitely not any teams that you want to play with or try and rest players for because you'll lose both those games very easily. And then you're now in a situation where you're fourth or fifth and you're competing with Aston Villa and Chelsea trying to get top four. And that will be an even bigger disaster. So Arteta's put himself in this position. I'm telling you now, this season could either go horribly wrong or it could go or it could go amazingly right. It's one or the other. Do you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, it could get really bad though. Bad, worse than you guys think. Trust me. Because imagine a situation occurs where we lose against PSG and we drop out of top four. And
I think that will be the inflection point.
First of all, can I just clarify this? We can't drop out of top four. Europe is confirmed by the draw yesterday from Newcastle. The draw yesterday from Newcastle confirmed us top four, bro.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
They're gonna have to. Do you realize that Newcastle and Chelsea are playing like multiple teams in the top four race?
Bro, it's not confirmed.
Chelsea have to play Newcastle. Chelsea have to play Newcastle. Chelsea have to also play Nottingham Forest. Chelsea, we have to play Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? There's.
Oh yeah, in that case, yes.
I very much doubt.
It'll be very unlikely. Yes, it'll be very unlikely.
The likelihood of that happening is nuts. If that happens,
I haven't seen the schedule of the other teams.
It's if that happens, I'm going down to London Coney, bro. I'm slapping faces, bro. I'll be so real with
slap
you.
Arteta, man. Slap Arteta.
I know where London Coney is.
No, slap everyone. No, but slap everyone, but not Arteta, please.
Bro,
Look at this guy. Look at this
unthinkable thing. Bro.
Being cringy as all. Being cringy.
All right, so let's because we're gonna wrap up now. Let's just give our final thoughts. Give me your score predictions and the team that you start with. We'll start with Sammy first. Score predictions.
Wait, we're not gonna go through the predictions.
What do you mean?
For the last round of the Premier League.
I'll be real. Ash ain't
we
here.
haven't got Ash. We ain't got Ash.
Ash ain't here, bro.
Man, send me the Excel, man. Man, send me the SharePoint.
Listen, Sam's got ADHD. Sam doesn't know anything about that. He doesn't know anything about that.
It's not even that, bro. It's just like, bro, just looking at it, it's a myth.
Man, if it's a SharePoint, sure. Next time I can, you know.
Let's
I think we should give it. I think we should give it to Sammy from now on because he's a lot more consistent. So he can manage it.
The thing is, yeah,
Sals didn't predict. I think. Yeah, I didn't predict last round.
Bro,
I
let's
didn't
just
predict. Anyway,
leave it. Let's just leave it until
anyway, let's leave it. Yeah, leave it.
leave
Mm.
it until Friday, because then Ash is here and T is here, and then we can all look at our
Yeah,
freaking
sure.
points. Do you know what I mean? It's just better if we just leave it every Friday. We check it, and then we update it.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's probably the
Cool,
best way
cool.
to go. But Sami, start us off. Score predictions for the game against PSG and the starting 11 that you'd go with. By the way, Hand of Arsenal, yeah, or Hand of Ozil is what he used to be called. But I'll be real, I actually trust this guy because he actually comes up with a lot of mad stuff that's like true. It all ends up being true. He said both Jorginho and Timber are being assessed assessed tomorrow ahead of the game against PSG.
But I thought he has broken rib, Jorginho.
I don't know. They haven't said anything. They said they leave it to the doctors. He said final decision to be taken tomorrow, but there is optimism. I can only assume there's optimism towards Timber because I don't know if my man's going to be available. I'll be completely real. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
So for the score, I think is gonna be 1-0 for Arsenal. I think we're gonna go to penalties and we're gonna go through.
Sorry, what was that?
1-0 for Arsenal.
Yeah,
we're gonna go to penalties and we're gonna go through.
We're gonna go through on penalties.
Yes.
Wait, guys. Guys, I might lose service because I'm at the station. Let me do mine quickly.
Yalla, quick, give us your thing.
Sure. I just get mine.
I'm going 2-2. We lose 3-2. The lineup I'd go for is the exact same lineup for our second leg against PSG. Sorry, against Real Madrid.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, agreed.
All
On the lineup, I don't think we're gonna disagree on the lineup because we don't have any players.
You know what? I'll be real. Souls. صافي يصير انت في الترند دابا so صافي يصير.
متر.
See you guys later.
صافي سلام. Anyway,
what about yours? What's your prediction?
My prediction. This all important game, the game that our lives matter, that Arteta's life matters and relies on, depends on. Sorry. My prediction is we go to PSG, and I'm gonna say we're gonna concede a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I'm gonna go 1-0, and it's gonna be a draw. It's gonna go to extra time, and I think we get like a last minute winner or something. Wow. I think it's gonna be a tight game. That's
gonna be cinematic, man.
I think it's gonna be a tight game.
That's some Marvel shit, Sad.
Brother, listen, I'm a script writer, bro, for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm writing scripts. And it's for Arsenal to make those scripts happen. Do you know what I mean? But I've seen the script. Listen, guys, it's going to be 1-0, and then we're going to be chasing the game. Do you know what I mean? Have chances. It's going to go to extra time. All of a sudden, bang! One goal goes in. It might be Saka. I don't know. It might be Martinelli. I don't know. But that sends us to the final. All of a sudden, everybody's celebrating. We're screaming, hands up in the air. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, listen, the first half is crucial, you know, and if they dominate the ball like they did in the first leg, then we don't have a chance, man. Really, we don't. So now having Partey in that midfield, that should somehow balance out the possession percentage-wise. That at least it's like 50, 51, 52%. It's not like what they had. They had 70%, man. 70% of the possession. That really demoralizes everybody, man. You lose the confidence,
bro. Not necessarily. In the first game that we won 2-0, have you seen the percentage of that?
I don't recall it. I don't
68% possession or 70% possession, bro. We gave them the ball in that first game. But
that wasn't in Paris, right?
They're always going to have the ball against us. They're always going to have the majority of the ball because we will give them the ball. Especially now that we're away, we're going to give them the ball. But it's about us just working through their press and being able to get into the spaces to be able to get goals. That's what we needed to do. We need to watch that left side. Our left side, their right side, where Hakimi, is just, bro, this guy, because they go into like a three at the back, and Nuno Mendes freaking shifts to the right, and then they create like a back three, and then Hakimi is just going in, and then him and freaking Fabian Ruiz, bro, they just create an overload, bro, on that right side, bro. They just
But Arteta,
create an overload.
I agree. I agree with you.
I agree. We need to try and work through that and be able to get past that to be able to get into that empty space that he's going to leave. Do you know what I mean? Marquinhos is going to be there, but we have to be able to beat Marquinhos one-on-one. You have to be able to beat your man. I'm sorry, but I need top games from everyone, bro.
I agree with you 100%. But where also worries me, the slow reaction from Arteta during the game. You cannot wait until the minute 80 or 75 to react. If you are losing or it's still 0-0 or something like that, then you have to react early. If somebody's not performing, get that guy out of the pitch. Change something. I don't care who you get there, man. You want to get Zinchenko, you want to get Skelly on the 8, you want to remove Odegaard and put in one area. I don't care what you do. Get me a player I've never seen before. I don't care, man. But you have to change something. You cannot continue in the same manner, because now it's ride or die. There's no second chances. There's nothing. So if you lose 1-0, 2-0, 5-0, it really doesn't matter. So the point where Sol said, oh, it's too risky, the players don't have the confidence and all that crap. I don't care, man. You put the faith on the kid. If you think that Nwaneri is a talented player, then give him the chance. Give him the chance to flourish. Just like all the the youngsters flourished before him, like Yamal, like Messi. They had the chance in a very young age, and they flourished against big teams in big moments. And I think Nwaneri has it in his pocket. He's an explosive player. He can add that dynamic. Man, what I saw in Nwaneri for the last 5 minutes in that first leg, he did better than Odegaard for 90 minutes. And this is not a banter. This is no joke. I felt Arsenal had more danger with Nwaneri in that 5 minutes than Odegaard in the whole 90. So for me, Arteta has to get his shit straight. I think he needs to do the game management better. And if it's too tight of a game, like with 0-0, then react fast, find a solution fast. Maybe minute 50, minute 60, at the beginning of the second half, do freaking something.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, because that's it, man. If you don't do it, you continue this way, we're gonna lose. Then just risk it. Risk it. You might get the biscuit. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, listen, I agree, man. I agree. Listen, I think our situation is very dire at the moment. It's literally do or die. Do you know what I mean? And I think I agree with. I saw it on the comments. Somebody said it, but I agree with them. Listen, I agree with Lefana where he says, "I worry about Odegaard's performance." In my opinion, I wouldn't even start Odegaard. I'll be real. I know he's gonna start Odegaard, but I wouldn't start him. And
I would give him 45 minutes only.
If he does start him, I would take him off at halftime if he's not performing well.
Yes.
If he's not performing,
100%
if he's performing well, then this is what we've all asked for: big occasion, step up. If he's performing well, I'll be so happy, bro, because it's in a big occasion. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine Nwaneri wins this game in the second half, right? Scores 2 goals or assists. Or
he might be the one that scores the winner, bro.
Whatever. That's the case, man. I would start him in the final. I would literally start him on the final, and I would bench Odegaard. I would bench him.
Yeah.
I would literally bench him.
Thoughts on the other game, quick.
Spurs and United. On the other hand, you mean? You mean Inter and Bayern?
Inter and Bayern, bro. Why are we talking about
Inter and Bayern, man? I think that's gonna be a very tough game,
And it's not Inter Bayern, it's Inter Barcelona. You fraud.
Barca, sorry. Inter and Barca. Inter and Barca, man. It's gonna be a very tight game. Still in Italy, and Barca only won one time in the whole history, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But man, that guy Yamal, he has it.
Yeah,
he has it, man. He has it in it.
Yeah,
man. I'm sorry. I mean, yes, you don't want to hear. Maybe a lot of Arsenal fan will use the stick against me when I say, man, I would prefer having Yamal than than Saka. To be honest, I know that Saka has been consistent for the past 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. But man, Yamal is just out of the ordinary. You know, that's a generational talent that you see once in decades, man.
Yeah, he definitely is. He definitely is. I'm not going to steer away from what are my thoughts on Saka being better at this current moment, but I still think, like, do you know what I mean?
He's gonna overtake him very soon.
He's gonna overtake Saka. He's gonna
very soon
with the trajectory that he's going at. He's gonna take him over very, very soon, bro. It's nuts, bro. The way this man just dropped the shoulder, bro, and just like, bro.
But you know, Inter are disciplined. You know, Inter are disciplined, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be 2-1 for Barca.
2-1 for Barcelona.
Yes,
I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. Again, close game, but a high-scoring game.
So what's your prediction?
I'm actually gonna go for Inter. I think Inter beat them. I think Inter beat them 3-2 again. So it's gonna be a madness. Do you know what I mean? This is gonna be one of the highest scoring semi-finals in God knows how long. And I think it goes 3-2 Inter.
3-2
Inter, yeah.
Okay,
Because
that's your
Inter
prediction.
have
But
the
whom do you
advantage.
prefer to have in the final if we qualify in the final? Let's say.
Who do I prefer to have in the final?
If we qualify,
Barcelona.
Barca.
Yes.
You actually want to go through against your boogie team?
No, because Inter Milan would kill us. They will sit back and we will do nothing for the entire final.
Fairs.
Inter, if we're talking about low blocks, Inter will do a madness. It's gonna be haram. It's gonna be illegal. It's gonna be like hellfire,
I
bro.
agree.
You know what I mean? So
I-
it's gonna be like Jet and them. So
True blow clay. Yes, I want revenge. For me personally, I want revenge.
yeah, revenge is a dish best
But
served cold, bro.
let's go through man, Wednesday. I don't know, man.
Listen, it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be
Shit,
crazy. But listen, we're here for it. Big up to everybody who has tuned in, because we're gonna just wrap it up. Listen, big up to everybody who has tuned in. Quick little 1 hour episode today. We're gonna try and keep it consistent with these Monday episodes. But we'll let you know what happens, when, and if it happens.
Before we end, did you see the Gitten news?
Yes, I did. But the thing is, I'm waiting to see what happens with that. Because the thing is, Ash is not here, so we can't really speak about it. I'm thinking, let's save that until Friday. A lot of stuff we're gonna have to say till Friday.
Ash will just, oh my god.
Because I need to.
He's gonna, praise him, man.
Listen, as long as listen, man, it's gonna be.
I
crazy.
heard Lufthansa also the Rodrigo one, and I hope to God that's true.
This
We need
weekend,
such caliber player.
this weekend, this week is gonna be massive. It is gonna be massive. But listen, I do appreciate everyone coming through. I will be doing a Barcelona Inter Milan watch along tomorrow, so I will be there for that, and the all important watch along on Wednesday. We will be doing that.
Yes.
Depending on how it goes. If it goes well, and we're finalists, you will probably see a stream from me on Thursday. It all depends. If it goes Pete Tong, I'm not making a stream on
shirtless.
You'll see nah, because we're only in the final. If we win the trophy, I'll be going shirtless around London, bro, just screaming.
Fairs.
And if on Friday, you'll see me if we don't win. But listen, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Yes,
I'll put the boys' links in the description, so you can go over to. Yeah, sorry. I'll put the boys' links in the description, so make sure to go over there and follow them as well. Make sure to we only got 22 likes, guys. We had 45 people in here. We only had 22 likes. Come on, guys.
Shame.
If you haven't liked the video, just like the video. just like the video. Honestly, it's not difficult. But yeah, go and subscribe to the boys' channels in the description. Make sure to get that done. I'm gonna pass you guys over to. Who am I gonna pass you over to? Oh, Hassam's live, A-listers. You already know the deal. Go over there, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, people.
Peace.
Peace.